Your figures or your bank?
Mine. I don't trust them.
The casting process for the 1959 TV series The Untouchables was a meticulous task, with each character requiring a unique blend of talent and screen presence. The show's lead, Eliot Ness, was played by Robert Stack. Desiring a commanding presence for Ness, the producers found their man in Stack, who was known for his work in films like Written on the Wind. For the role of Ness's main antagonist, Al Capone, the producers sought a menacing and powerful actor. They found this in Robert Loggia, who brought a fierce intensity to the character. Loggia was chosen after a series of auditions where he demonstrated his ability to embody the ruthless and cunning nature of Capone. The casting of the supporting characters was equally important. Nicholas Colasanto, who would later become famous as Coach on Cheers, was cast as a member of Ness's team. His chemistry with Stack was evident from their first scenes together, and he brought a sense of warmth and humanity to the otherwise hard-edged show. Another key casting decision was the choice of Abel Fernandez as Ness's partner, Georgiade. Fernandez's audition showcased his ability to balance the show's tough exterior with a hint of vulnerability, making him the perfect choice for the role. One pivotal moment in the casting process came when the producers were searching for an actor to play the role of Jimmy Malone, a seasoned police officer who becomes a mentor to Ness. After a series of unsuccessful auditions, they found wise guy actor Paul Picerni, who brought the perfect blend of toughness and wisdom to the character. In conclusion, the casting of The Untouchables was a careful process, with each actor chosen for their unique abilities and chemistry with the rest of the cast. The result was a dynamic and engaging show that has stood the test of time.
It's growing. Hey, I hear the Fed's been giving you a little trouble.
Nothing I can't handle.
The Untouchables, a 1959 TV series, was brought to life by director Quinn Martin. Known for his meticulous attention to detail, Martin's directorial vision was characterized by a straightforward, no-nonsense style. He drew inspiration from real-life events of the Prohibition era, aiming to present a factual and gritty depiction of the time. Martin's approach was deeply collaborative. He worked closely with the cast and crew, fostering a creative environment that encouraged input from all parties. He believed in the power of rehearsals, often conducting several before filming to ensure every scene was polished and impactful. The series' visual style was stark and dramatic, reflecting the harsh realities of the era. Martin often used low-key lighting and high contrast to create a moody atmosphere, enhancing the tension and drama in each episode. He also employed innovative camera techniques, such as tracking shots and close-ups, to add dynamism and visual interest. In terms of narrative, Martin focused on creating compelling, multi-dimensional characters. He worked closely with the writers to develop well-rounded characters, each with their own motivation, flaw, and arcs. This approach helped to create a rich and immersive world that resonated with audiences. Musically, the series was enhanced by Nelson Riddle's jazz-influenced score. Martin collaborated closely with Riddle, using the music to heighten the emotional impact of each scene and to underscore the series' themes of crime and punishment. In summary, Quinn Martin's directorial vision for The Untouchables was characterized by a meticulous attention to detail, a collaborative approach, and a stark, dramatic visual style. His vision helped to create a compelling and immersive series that has stood the test of time.
You mean that?
That's a good idea. That way we'll be around to keep an eye on them all.
The Untouchables is a classic TV series that first aired in 1959. It's a show that has endured as a symbol of the industry, captivating audiences with its dramatic portrayal of the battle between crime bosses and law enforcement. The series is known for its exciting storylines, memorable characters, and high production values. Throughout its run, The Untouchables tackled some heavy topics, including organized crime, corruption, and the challenges of law enforcement. The show was not afraid to push boundaries, and it often featured controversial storylines that sparked debate and discussion. As we delve into the fascinating world of The Untouchables, we'll uncover some funny, shocking, and even sad facts about the show. From behind-the-scenes drama to little-known trivia, there's plenty to discover about this iconic series. So, whether you're a longtime fan or a newcomer to the show, buckle up for a wild ride through the history of The Untouchables. And be sure to share your own memories and experiences related to the series in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. As for me, I remember watching The Untouchables for the first time many years ago. I was immediately drawn in by the show's fast-paced action and gripping storylines. It was a revelation to see a TV series that took such a bold and unflinching look at the world of organized crime. Overall, The Untouchables is a show that has stood the test of time, thanks to its enduring appeal and timeless themes. Whether you're a fan of classic TV, crime dramas, or just great storytelling, this is a series that deserves your attention. So stay tuned, because there's much more to come.
Every nickel I could get my hands on. It's all the money we got in the world.
Drop it on the floor. I want the rest of the...
The Untouchables, a 1959 TV series, was known for its realistic set design and location choices. The show was set in Prohibition-era Chicago, and the production team aimed to accurately depict the time period. They built detailed sets, including a replica of a 1920s street with period-specific storefronts and apartments. The series also utilized real locations to add authenticity. They filmed in downtown Los Angeles, which doubled as Chicago, and at historic sites like the Bradbury Building. However, filming in these locations presented logistical challenges. The production team had to secure permits, manage crowds, and ensure the safety of the cast and crew. To enhance the viewing experience, The Untouchables employed innovative techniques for the time. They used a technique called live-action match shots to combine live-action footage with pre-drawn backgrounds. This allowed them to create complex scenes, such as car chases through city streets on a limited budget. Despite these advancements, the production faced significant challenges. The show's gritty content led to controversy, and the production team had to navigate censorship rules. Additionally, the series was filmed on a tight schedule, with just 1 week to complete each episode. This required careful planning and efficient use of resources. In summary, The Untouchables combined detailed set design, real locations, innovative techniques, and efficient production methods to create a compelling TV series. Despite the challenges, the team produced a show that resonated with audiences and left an enduring mark on television history.
You can do, Frank? You can kill yourself. I'm finished sitting by with some goon holding a gun.
In the 1959 TV series The Untouchables, there is an episode called Come and Kill Me from Season 4, where a man runs a school for assassins. The episode might not go into much detail about the training, but it provides an answer for those who are curious, as mentioned in a 29 post by Johnner23. The Untouchables is often considered one of the best crime dramas of its era, despite receiving criticism for its violence and perceived glorification of mafia-type criminals. However, the show's violence is relatively tame compared to later productions like the Godfather films and The Sopranos. The series is based on the book The Untouchables by Eliot Ness, and DeZillo Productions hired skilled writers to adapt the source material for television. Robert Stack plays the lead role of Eliot Ness, and his performance is well regarded, even though he wasn't the first choice for the part. The show reached great heights of popularity, becoming a top-rated program during its run, although it didn't enjoy the same long-term success as I Love Lucy. Walter Winchell's role as the narrator is another strength of The Untouchables. His authoritative voice adds a sense of realism to the show, making it more engaging for viewers. DeZillo Productions, responsible for producing the series, also parodied it in the Star Trek episode A Piece of the Action, and later in a Saturday Night Live skit when Daisy Arnaz hosted. The Untouchables music, especially the iconic theme song, complements the show's atmosphere and helps draw in the audience. Overall, The Untouchables is a notable contribution to the crime drama genre, offering a captivating narrative and compelling performances.
Not singing.
Oh, shut up, you Ness. You promised me protection.
The Untouchables, a 1959 TV series, featured a memorable musical score and soundtrack that significantly contributed to its success. The show's composer, Nelson Riddle, was an accomplished musician who had previously worked with famous singers such as Frank Sinatra. Riddle's score for The Untouchables was a blend of jazz and orchestral music, which complemented the show's crime drama narrative. The soundtrack's main theme, The Untouchables, was a bold and brassy piece that conveyed a sense of urgency and action. It became one of the most recognizable TV themes of the era. Riddle's use of a big band sound, featuring prominent brass and percussion, created a distinctive and exciting sound that matched the show's fast-paced and gritty storylines. The score's jazz elements also added a layer of sophistication and complexity to the show's music. Riddle's background in jazz allowed him to incorporate improvisational elements and intricate harmonies into the score, which complemented the show's themes of crime, corruption, and moral ambiguity. The musicians involved in creating the soundtrack were also highly skilled and experienced. Many of them had played in big bands and jazz ensembles, which allowed them to bring a level of expertise and authenticity to the music. The show's tight production schedule and high musical standards required the musicians to be highly skilled and adaptable, as they often had to record large amounts of music in a short amount of time. Overall, the musical score and soundtrack for The Untouchables were integral to the show's success. The music's ability to complement the narrative and emotional tone of the show, as well as its memorable themes and intricate jazz elements, made it a standout aspect of the series. The contributions of composer Nelson Riddle and the talented musicians involved in creating the soundtrack left a lasting impact on TV music and continue to be celebrated today.
Oates, the only thing that stopped him was that I told him I was his Los Angeles contact.
Well, if he...
Gavin MacLeod, known for his role in The Untouchables, met his future Mary Tyler Moore show co-star Joyce Bulifant on the set of McHale's Navy. MacLeod later captained the Love Boat, making a final appearance as Captain Stubing in the 2015 Rose Parade. Joe Turkel, who also appeared in The Untouchables, is best recognized for his roles as the bartender Lloyd in The Shining and Dr. Tyrell in Blade Runner. His memorable performances have left a lasting impression in the world of cinema.
Yankees 5 and White Sox 2.
One of the most iconic scenes in the 1959 TV series The Untouchables is the train station shootout in the first episode. The scene is a perfect example of the show's tense and action-packed style. Director Walter Grumman uses low-angle shots to create a sense of urgency and to highlight the danger that protagonist Eliot Ness faces. The black and white cinematography adds to the gritty atmosphere, while the sound effects of gunfire and the screeching of train wheels create a sense of chaos. Actor Robert Stack, who played Eliot Ness, later commented on the scene, saying, "It was a real adrenaline rush. We had to move fast, and the tension was palpable. I think that's what made the scene so effective." Another iconic scene is the elevator shootout in the Season 1 episode The Jake Lingle Killing. The scene is a masterclass in suspense as Ness and his team wait for a group of gangsters to arrive in the elevator. The tight space of the elevator and the close-ups of the characters' faces add to the tension, and the sudden burst of violence when the elevator doors open is shocking. Cinematographer William F. Fraker, who worked on the show, discussed the scene in an interview, saying, "We wanted to create a sense of claustrophobia to make the audience feel like they were right there with the characters." The elevator scene was a perfect example of that. These scenes had a significant impact on audiences, helping to establish The Untouchables as a groundbreaking TV series. The show's innovative use of cinematography, sound, and performance set a new standard for TV crime dramas and continue to influence filmmakers today.
Too bad you got so many neighbors, you can't take them all for a ride.
Murray Hamilton, known for his role in The Untouchables, has an impressive filmography, with 5 of his films being selected for the National Film Registry. These films include Anatomy of a Murder, The Hustler, Seconds, The Graduate, and Jaws. Gavin MacLeod, another Untouchables actor, went on to secure the lead role in The Love Boat, thanks to the encouragement of Aaron Spelling. Joe Turkel, who also appeared in The Untouchables, has written a memoir titled The Misery of Success, which is set to be released in 2022.
What you're up to.
You'll find out when it's time for you to know.
The Untouchables, a 1959 TV series, had a significant cultural and social impact. It resonated with audiences due to its unique portrayal of law enforcement agents tackling organized crime during Prohibition. The show's protagonist, Eliot Ness, became an iconic figure, symbolizing integrity and determination in the fight against corruption. The series influenced pop culture by popularizing the genre of crime dramas on television. It set a precedent for future shows, such as The FBI and Miami Vice, which also focused on crime-fighting themes. The Untouchables also contributed to discussions on relevant social and cultural themes, including the consequences of alcohol prohibition and the importance of upholding law and order. Moreover, the show's representation of Italian-American gangsters, such as Al Capone, sparked controversy and debate about stereotypes and a portrayal of marginalized communities. Despite this, the series remained popular and cemented its place in television history as a groundbreaking show that tackled important social issues while providing entertaining and engaging content.
Lucky. How you been? Okay.
Gavin MacLeod, best known for his role on The Love Boat, had an interesting connection to Mary Tyler Moore. The two first met on an episode of The Dick Van Dyke Show, years before they worked together on The Mary Tyler Moore Show. Interestingly, MacLeod was the only Love Boat actor not to guest star on Fantasy Island. Robert Stack, who played Eliot Ness on The Untouchables, was originally announced to star in The Proud Ones in 1956. However, the role eventually went to Robert Ryan. Despite this early setback, Stack's portrayal of Ness became indelible, leaving a lasting impact on television history.
Only they ain't looking, so I bump into one of them, the short, skinny one. So I'm sore and I start to tell him off.
The Untouchables, a 1959 TV series, received critical acclaim for its realistic portrayal of Prohibition-era crime fighting. The New York Times hailed it as powerful and exciting, praising its tough, relentless storytelling. Audiences were captivated by the show's action-packed episodes and the moral dilemmas faced by the protagonist, Eliot Ness. The series was also recognized with several awards and nominations. It won the 1960 Emmy Award for Outstanding Dramatic Series, while star Robert Stack received an Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series. These accolades underscore the show's impact and the quality of its performances and production. Winning an Emmy Award is a significant achievement in the television industry, often considered the equivalent of an Oscar in film. It not only boosts the show's prestige, but also enhances the careers of those involved. For Robert Stack, his Emmy win solidified his status as a leading man, while the series' success helped establish Quinn Martin as a top TV producer. The Untouchables Awards and critical acclaim highlight its enduring influence on television and crime dramas. Its compelling storytelling and iconic characters continue to resonate with audiences, making it a classic of the genre.
All those public-spirited citizens are looking for a way to call off the reward. Move on it, Ness, huh?
The television series The Untouchables from 1959 has an interesting history. Despite a long-standing relationship with CBS through his Desilu Productions, Dacey Arness faced rejection when he pitched the series to the network after the pilot's success. CBS Vice President Hubble Robinson turned it down, but ABC picked it up, leading to a hit show for the rival network. Beyond The Untouchables, Gavin MacLeod, who appeared in the series, had a 30-year friendship with Ted Knight before they worked together on The Mary Tyler Moore Show. Richard Bacallian, another actor in The Untouchables, formed a lifelong friendship with Bobby Darin after appearing in Darin's Pressure Point. Bacallian later appeared in Darin's NBC television variety series, and was one of the last people to see Darin before his death from heart disease in 1973. These connections and relationships illustrate the interconnectedness of the television industry, even across different networks and productions.
You bet you won't get anywhere. You got into my office, and that's further than I thought you'd ever get.
Dad, maybe we should listen.
The Untouchables, a groundbreaking 1959 TV series, was marked by intense dedication and occasional drama among its cast and crew. Actor Sean Connery, in his first major role, was often at odds with the show's star, Robert Stack, over their differing methods. Connery, who played a street-smart Irish cop, felt Stack's portrayal of Eliot Ness was too stiff, once quipping, "If I got any closer to him, I'd be in his shadow." Behind the scenes, the show's creator, Dacey Arness, pushed boundaries with innovative filming techniques. To achieve the gritty, cinematic look, they used handheld cameras, a rarity in TV production at the time. The crew also employed a single camera setup, which allowed for more creative control, but at the cost of longer shooting days. The Untouchables tackled controversial topics, including organized crime and corruption, which sometimes sparked heated debates on set. Producer Quinn Martin, known for his meticulous attention to detail, often clashed with writers over the show's content and historical accuracy. Despite the challenges, the cast and crew formed a tight-knit community. They often gathered for meals in the studio commissary, sharing stories and laughter. Actor Abel Fernandez, who played Agent George Stone, was known for his lively spirit and impressive magic tricks, which provided entertainment during breaks. In the end, The Untouchables became a cultural milestone, leaving a lasting impact on television and film history. The series not only paved the way for future crime dramas, but also provided a glimpse into the golden age of television production.
He's got his points, the big fella has. Yes, sir, he's got his points. And after all, if you get right down to brass tacks...
Joe Turkel, known for his collaborations with Stanley Kubrick, appeared in 3 of the director's films. Philip Pine, on the other hand, featured in both The Twilight Zone and The Outer Limits, where he played characters who underwent identity changes. The Untouchables had a team of 5 agents, one of whom was Agent Jack Rossman, played by Steve London. Despite appearing in 64 episodes, Rossman often had minimal or no dialogue.
Can't beat this one, Dutch. You're all shot to pieces. It was Luciano, wasn't it? Come on.
The Untouchables, a 1959 TV series, holds a significant place in film history. It's known for its groundbreaking storytelling and gritty depiction of crime fighting, which was quite innovative for its time. The show's influence can be seen in many subsequent crime dramas, with its realistic approach to action and dialogue setting new standards for the genre. The series followed a group of federal agents, led by Eliot Ness, as they battled organized crime during the Prohibition era. This concept was novel and intriguing to audiences who were captivated by the tense confrontations and high-stakes investigations. The Untouchables became a cultural phenomenon, inspiring a feature film of the same name in 1987, as well as a 1993 TV series revival. Moreover, the original series had a profound impact on future filmmaking. Its innovative use of music, editing, and cinematography influenced many directors and producers in the years that followed. The Untouchables demonstrated that crime dramas could be both entertaining and thought-provoking, paving the way for modern classics like The Sopranos and The Wire. In addition to its influence on filmmaking, The Untouchables also inspired a wave of interest in Prohibition-era history. The series brought this fascinating period to life for many viewers, sparking curiosity and encouraging further exploration of the era's social and political complexities. In summary, The Untouchables left an indelible mark on film history, raising the bar for crime dramas and inspiring future filmmakers. Its gritty depiction of Prohibition-era crime and law enforcement resonated with audiences, making it a cultural touchstone that continues to be celebrated today.
What about his home phone?
Home? August 9.
Michael Constantine, known for his role in The Untouchables, had a personal life that included 2 children with his ex-wife, Juliana McCarthy. Gavin MacLeod, who also appeared in the series, played the same character in 3 different series, showcasing his acting range. Walter Winchell, another cast member, had a complex family life, with his wife and former vaudeville partner separating early on, and him starting a new family with June Maggi, who gave birth to his child. Unfortunately, their 3 children all faced tragedy.
Call us Flaherty, okay?
Okay.
Joe DeSantis, an accomplished actor, relocated to Southern California in the late 1950s to pursue TV and film roles. Prior to this, he had married actress Margaret Draper in 1949, and they had a son named Christopher before divorcing in 1956. In the TV series The Untouchables, DeSantis played the role of Frank Nitti, who became the acting head of the Capone organization after Al Capone was sent to prison. However, it is believed that Nitti was only a figurehead, while the real person in power worked to keep out of the public eye. Frank Wilcox, another seasoned actor, had a brief but notable appearance in the film noir classic Dark Passage. He was featured in an 8x10 photo shown in the film, depicting Humphrey Bogart's character before undergoing plastic surgery. Wilcox's portrayal of Nitti in The Untouchables further solidified his status as a versatile actor, showcasing his ability to take on diverse roles throughout his career. His contributions to the series, along with those of DeSantis, left an indelible mark on the world of television. Robert Stack, known for his portrayal of real-life figures, took on the role of Eliot Ness in The Untouchables. Interestingly, Desi Arnaz, whose DeZillu Studios produced the series, was friends with Al Capone's son Sonny during their high school days in Miami. However, their friendship soured when Desi planned to adapt The Untouchables, a show that eventually revived public interest in the notorious gangster. Moreover, Walter Winchell, a renowned newspaper columnist and radio broadcaster, was caricatured in 2 episodes of the series. His influence was such that the show couldn't ignore his significance in the world of crime reporting. The Untouchables, while a work of fiction, was deeply rooted in historical events and figures, making it a compelling narrative that resonated with audiences.
I want to ask you, you ever been over this route before? This one right here.
Walter Winchell, known for his rapid-fire narration style, was paid a significant sum of $25,000 per episode for his contributions to the series. His distinctive delivery, at nearly 200 words per minute, was a notable feature of the show. In an effort to address concerns about the show's perceived anti-Italian bias, a greater focus was given to the character of Agent Enrico Rossi, an Italian-American member of Ness team. Despite being played by a Greek actor, Nicholas Georgiade, Rossi's role served to present an Italian-American in a positive light as a force for law and order. The estate of Al Capone attempted to have the show canceled, claiming that it was unfairly profiting from the Capone name. This highlights the controversy that the show sometimes generated.
Well, I never said no different. All right.
Gavin MacLeod, best known for his role on The Love Boat, along with his wife, hosted a program for couples with marital issues called Back on Course for 17 years on the Trinity Broadcasting Network. Richard Bacallian, after playing juvenile delinquents in low-budget films in the 1950s, transitioned into a career as a character actor, often portraying runny-nose types and comic heavies. In the TV series The Untouchables, only Robert Stack, who played Eliot Ness, and Walter Winchell, the narrator, appeared in all 119 episodes. Bacallian, Stack, and Winchell each had successful careers in television and film, with Bacallian and Stack overcoming typecasting to take on new roles. Gavin MacLeod, known for his role as the captain on the Love Boat, is also the ambassador of Pacific Princess cruises in real life. In contrast, the actor Bruce Gordon, who played the imposing Frank Nitti on The Untouchables, portrayed a character significantly taller than the real Frank Nitti, who stood just under 5'5". As for MacLeod's connection to the Mary Tyler Moore Show, he is the only then living regular cast member who did not appear on Hot in Cleveland, which starred Betty White, a fellow alum of the Mary Tyler Moore Show. In the 1959 TV series The Untouchables, several actors involved had notable careers beyond their roles in the show. Murray Hamilton, who appeared in the series, gained recognition for his part in 4 films nominated for the Best Picture Oscar, including Anatomy of a Murder, The Hustler, The Graduate, and Jaws. Gene Roth, another actor in the series, had a small part in The Cure in 1974, but it was ultimately cut from the episode before broadcast. Despite this, Roth had a long and varied career in Hollywood. Finally, Gavin MacLeod, who also appeared in The Untouchables, met Marion Ross on the stage play of Operation Petticoat. Years later, Ross would work with MacLeod on The Love Boat in a recurring role as his wife. Their professional relationship spanned several decades, showcasing the longevity of their careers in the entertainment industry.
It's almost 1 o'clock. Maybe you should get some sleep. I'll stay here with you.
Murray Hamilton, known for his role in The Graduate, replaced Lou Antonio in the Broadway play Critics' Choice and took on a role in the television series The Untouchables. Interestingly, the character Walter Winchell, portrayed by Burt Lancaster in Sweet Smell of Success, was loosely based on the real-life columnist Walter Winchell. In the 1950s, DeZilli Productions, one of the production companies behind The Untouchables, was not allowed to use the word pregnant on network television. However, by the end of the decade, the series was able to use the term prostitution multiple times, marking a shift in the depiction of mature themes on television. Overall, The Untouchables was a groundbreaking series that pushed the boundaries of what was considered acceptable on television at the time.
But since you don't know a man like that who might finger you for the murder of Frankie Yale.
Nehemiah Persoff, following the death of Norman Lloyd, became the oldest living male Star Trek actor at 101, and Marcia Hunt holds the record for the oldest living Star Trek actor of either sex at 104. Both of them made appearances on Star Trek: The Next Generation. In the Untouchables series, only Robert Stack as Eliot Ness and Abel Fernandez as William Youngfellow reprised their roles from the pilot episodes. the rest of the team members were recast for the series. Gavin MacLeod, known for his role in The Love Boat, celebrated his 80th birthday in 2011 aboard the Golden Princess on Princess Cruises in Los Angeles, California. The entire Love Boat cast, along with his friends and family, presented him with a 5-foot-long 3D replica and cake of the original Love Boat, representing the Pacific Princess.
Mr. Carroll.
Gavin MacLeod, known for his role in The Love Boat, had a notable career before and after his battle with alcoholism in 1964. Prior to his stint on The Love Boat, MacLeod met Bernie Kopel on the set of The Mary Tyler Moore Show. At the time, MacLeod had left his role on McHale's Navy due to his struggle with alcoholism. He sought help at an alcohol clinic, as suggested by his family and best friend Robert Blake. Coincidentally, he also left McHale's Navy to work on the Sand Pebbles. Among his favorite episodes of The Love Boat are The Love Boat Follies, featuring Van Johnson, Carol Channing, and Cab Calloway, as well as the episodes with Jill Whelan's character, and those where he worked with Marion Ross.
Charcas, you understand? Max Charcas.
Señor, él también quiere mucho a los americanos, mucho, porque yo soy...
Gavin MacLeod, best known for his role in The Mary Tyler Moore Show, had an eventful life both on and off screen. At a Barnes & Noble book signing in New York City for his memoir, This Is Your Captain Speaking, both Ted Lange from The Love Boat and Loretta Swit were in attendance, making it the location's largest event in 3 years. MacLeod met his first wife, Joan, at Radio City Music Hall when he was an usher, and she was a Roquette. They had 4 children together before divorcing after 18 years of marriage. In 2021, MacLeod passed away at the age of 90, just 18 days after Norman Lloyd's death at 106. On an episode of St. Elsewhere, one character's resemblance to a character played by MacLeod on The Mary Tyler Moore Show was noted, creating an interesting connection between the two actors. MacLeod's life and career left a lasting impact on the entertainment industry, and those who knew him.
A caboodle of them to get sent to reform school. In front of everybody, he said it.
There's nothing wrong with our boys except high spirit.
The Untouchables, a TV series from 1959, was loosely based on a book co-written by Eliot Ness and Oscar Fraley. Despite Fraley's embellishments, the book focused on Ness and his agents disrupting alcohol shipments in depots. However, the series depicted Ness in numerous fictional events, with a witness stating that only 2% of it was true. To accommodate Italian-American groups, the network and producers agreed to use Italians and Italian names for real-life criminal characters, while fictional ones were non-Italian. Gavin MacLeod, who later starred in Hawaii Five-0, appeared in the true story of Lynn Stewart with Jack Lord before being cast in The Untouchables. An unusual aspect of The Untouchables is that its episodes don't follow a sequential timeline, with events shifting forward and backward in time. For instance, Frank Nitti's death in the first season doesn't prevent him from appearing in later seasons. Before Robert Stack was cast as Eliot Ness, both Van Johnson and Van Heflin were considered for the role. Stack's performance became iconic, despite the initial considerations. A notable cast member, Gavin MacLeod, formed a cherished friendship with Ted Lange on The Love Boat, which aired after The Untouchables. This demonstrates how the acting world is interconnected, with relationships forged across different productions.
Anything wrong?
Where's your hat?
In the hall.
Gavin MacLeod, known for his role in The Love Boat, holds the distinction of appearing in every episode of the series, and passed away just 4 months after fellow The Mary Tyler Moore Show cast member Cloris Leachman. Actor Frank Wilcox, who appeared in The Untouchables, has the notable achievement of featuring in 3 Best Picture Academy Award winners' Gentleman's Agreement, All the King's Men, and The Greatest Show on Earth. These actors have left their mark on the entertainment industry through their dedication and appearances in successful productions.
Hello. I'd like to make a person-to-person call to Mr. Daniel Oates in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Robert Stack, initially skeptical about the television series The Untouchables, took the job to prove a point, but the show became a success and ran for 4 years. Meanwhile, Paul Picerni, another actor in the series, had a large family and brought his brother, Charlie Picerni, to Hollywood, who later became a stuntman and director in popular film franchises. Gavin MacLeod, another cast member, remained friends with Ted Lange during and after The Love Boat. These actors' careers and personal lives extended beyond the show, with many of their family members also becoming involved in the film industry.
Don't be mad, Frank. I just got used to saying goodnight to you, that's...
Michael Constantine, known for his role in The Untouchables, was a Greek-American with immigrant parents. His father worked in the steel industry. Gavin MacLeod, another cast member, has made a significant impact in television history, yet he does not have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, unlike the show The Love Boat. Robert Stack, who also starred in the series, was introduced to movie stars like Clark Gable and Spencer Tracy by his mother during his childhood. These stars served as surrogate father figures to him, often taking him hunting and fishing.
You, wait a minute.
I speak the language, Eliot. When people think you don't understand, they get careless and talk too much.
It's my show, Nick, not yours.
Gavin MacLeod is best known for his starring roles in The Mary Tyler Moore Show and The Love Boat. Before his success on these popular series, he had a role in The Untouchables. Nehemiah Persoff, another actor in The Untouchables, is notable for being the oldest living collaborator of Alfred Hitchcock at the time of his death in April 2022. Richard Bacallan, who also appeared in The Untouchables, shares a notable connection with Leonard Nimoy. Both actors died on the same day, February 27, 2015. Nehemiah Persoff, a notable figure in the entertainment industry, recently lost his wife of 70 years, Thea Persoff. Persoff is known for his appearances in 2 films centered around the life of Christ, including The Greatest Story Ever Told and The Last Temptation of Christ. During the 1959 TV series The Untouchables run, the show faced criticism from various groups who believed it negatively portrayed Italians and Italian Americans. Despite the controversy, the series remained a topic of discussion and debate.
It's just the 4 of us against the whole world.
If The Untouchables, the classic 1959 TV series, left an impression on you, we'd love to hear your stories. Share your memories and experiences related to this groundbreaking show. How did it affect you personally? In what ways did it influence your perspective on cinema? Your engagement is vital to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more cinematic explorations. Let's keep the conversation going, celebrating the shows that have shaped our lives and the world of television.
Isn't it? You knew you'd be safe, but look at the chance I'm taking.